Charlie Sheen has joined us here from 2.5 Men with his bowling shirt on. Gresham's here eating his potatoes and onions. Jeep is on the road with his team. What town are you in, Jeep?
I'm in Edmonton, Mel's old stomping grounds.
Oh, is anybody asking about Mel? Like, they're looking for him in the book still. I think that's what it is.
You know what? We got in about 2:30 in the morning, unpacked at the arena. Mel's. There's a mural of all the old players, so I didn't see Mel, but I did see him in some of the team photographs in the hallway. I did see that. So, it's not on the mural.
Oh God!
Did you see Gretz? Did you see Gretz?
Yeah, I did.
The G-Man?
Yes, and Yeri and Hoff, all those guys.
Yeah, but not Mel.
If you look at a picture of Gretz, right, in Edmonton and LA, you don't see Tom or Mel in those pictures next to him.
Actually, I do have a picture of Wayne and I together, and I have a picture of Wayne and I and Dave Taylor on the bench in our suits with the owner, Bruce McDonald.
I thought maybe both of you were just behind Gretz.
No.
Hey, I got a little story.
Okay, let's hear it.
So I'm at the draft in 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. Randy Cunneyworth was our he coached our farm team. I'm working for Buffalo, assistant coach. I'm at the table on the floor, and Gretz is a coach of Phoenix at the time. So I can't remember the year, maybe 2010, around there. And before the draft started, everyone's mingling, and we see Tony Granato. So me and Randy Cunneyworth and Tony Granato, we all played with or against each other at some point. We start chatting, and we're having a good conversation. And Gretz walks up. And Gretz walks up to the three of us, but starts talking to Tony, and me and Cunny kind of stand there and we're watching. He's oblivious that we are even there. So for like a minute, him and Tony Granato are talking, and then we just kind of slink away from the conversation. And Randy Cunneyworth goes, "Geez, that was weird." And I go, "Yeah, I know. Like, I used to know him." And I said, "I played in 2 Canada Cups with him. He even gave me a ride to the rink a few times. We, went for dinner with him. I played against him, had no clue who I was." And Cunny goes, "Well, I was on the same team with him when we were like 8, 9, 10, and 11. Like, we used to be almost best friends."
Oh, that's funny.
But I know Gretz knows a million people, and
yeah, and he's not usually like that too. He's usually pretty good with that stuff. Gretz. Yeah,
well, it's Wayne Gretzky to me, but
you're Rod Gresher to him too.
Yeah, I did him a favor one time.
But you did. All right, let's get right at it though. The more important stuff than Wayne Gretzky. The juicer. How is it? How's it working?
Can't talk about that today.
Why?
Because I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it today.
You got it, right? You got it?
I got it.
Is it in your house?
Where else? No, I keep it in my car. Where else would it be?
Did you get the juicer or not?
It's in the kitchen.
I'm so excited to find out.
It's in the kitchen.
You serious?
Gresh, do you have it, or do you just got it picked out?
Which one?
He's being slightly evasive. I don't think he got the juicer.
I think I'm like in a meeting right now, so like I don't want to toss my hand up.
Okay.
I don't want to be one of those guys that I'm not sure I was in the meeting or not.
Mel, is that a bowling shirt you got going on, or what is that?
Golf shirt.
Golf shirt. But what's the white there? Is that the inside? You get a sweater on? Oh, I see.
Just a hoodie. It's got my name on it. It's got my name on it, so I don't forget who I am.
What's okay? So what are you wearing? Brands? What do we got?
Canucks. The Rangers are in town Tuesday. Big party.
Maybe they're bringing the swag.
Maybe they're bringing my gear. Hey, maybe
you still haven't got it yet?
No, not even.
I can't believe Dave Maloney wouldn't get that stuff for you.
I know.
I had it confirmed that it was. I think you're not telling us the truth.
Maybe that lady from the alumni gave it to Gerard Gallant. Maybe he'll get it to you on Tuesday. So
that's probably true.
I'm gonna go up. We got the box, so I got 4 people going. My son and a couple of buddies. So we're gonna go up in the box and drink $3 beer and probably go say hi to Sam Rosen if he goes by the gondola. And that should be good.
Do you think Sam will remember you?
No, I introduced myself, Tom.
Okay.
Yeah. He's with Micheletti, right? Is he still doing?
Michelob. Call him Michelob.
Michelob. Yeah.
He likes it when you call him Michelob.
All right.
Michelob?
No. So Jeep 11-0, but you know what's really impressive? Penalty minutes leader too. Tough team. No.
Yeah, but a lot of, I mean, no. Oof. I mean, we're tougher than we were 2-3 years ago when we were real young. But you know what? They're not minor penalties. Like we've had more fights and more 5-minute. We had last night a boy kicked out for a blindside hit. You know, one of our top players' first shift of the game. We went, you know, had a 5-minute penalty to kill. That I'm obviously I'm not happy about that. But our minor penalties are not high, which would drive me crazy. So.
And Edmonton was one of the top teams in the country.
No, we played Calgary last night.
Oh.
We got Edmonton tomorrow, and that'll be our toughest. That'll be a real tough game.
So I know you don't look at it, but I should look at it first. So if you were like 4th overall in the country last week, you're probably 1st or 2nd this year, right?
I think they're listed as the 2nd and Edmonton 3rd right now.
Oh wow, who's 1st?
Team in the Quebec League.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I can't remember. Sherbert? Maybe. I don't know. Verdun or one of those teams.
It's ice cream, isn't it? Isn't that ice cream? Sure.
Always thinking of food, Gresh.
I would like to thank somebody. I went and bought steaks yesterday at Cinderella down the street here, Tom.
Sure. Yeah.
And they have really good meat there, and
Good meat.
yeah, and this
That's better than good meat. Good meat when you get some good rub. Get some good rub on the meat. Too.
last time I bought steaks there was in March, right?
Did you get any beaver rub on there or anything?
And they were $32 a steak back then, the same size as they are now. You know what they were yesterday? $50.
Oh.
I'm not sure who I should thank for that.
Did you get a beaver rub to put on there?
Well, no. What?
Did you get any beaver rub rubbed onto your steaks or your meat?
I thought Mel would have sent you some.
Listen to me. Meat's always happy when there's beaver rub.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. You gotta rub it on there too.
Yeah, well, of course.
I thought there was supposed to be a package of Selly salt coming too.
Do you want Silver Salt? You know what? That's me. I dropped the ball on that because actually
I got mine.
James, you want some too, don't you? Silly Salt?
I would definitely take it.
Okay.
You were supposed to send some to Jeep, and Jeep would get it to me because he does things appropriately in 2 days.
I can get it done for you. So these women will send it directly to you. Just make sure you send me your address, please.
Again.
Yeah.
I've never got his address.
Oh God, I sent it 5 freaking times. Holy shit.
Maybe
No, send it again.
I misplaced. Oh God. Mel, you know what though? I'm happy. You seem like you're in a much better mood today than you were last week. There was really some. I was worried all week long about you.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks for the call.
Well, I have enough respect for you to leave you alone too. I can't pester you.
Okay, so
You never answer your phone, Mel. I called you.
So, inquiring minds, the drone was over Tom's place on Sunday again. So there's 2 pieces of huge salmon sitting there. And, you know, my new friend, sorry, Ira, I didn't friend you, but I friended Deborah Meseringshausen Hosen Anderson. And she says that there's a rumor. Now, I'm not a, you know, when the shit I tell on this show is all factual. Okay. So, Wang Chung and everybody wants to know, like, who's the extra piece of salmon for? You can talk to us. Like,
no, it's all just I make enough for leftovers. That's all.
Really?
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
What do you mean?
She lives in Squamish, right near you.
So no, that's Razor Rock, Race Rock.
No, she's not on that Race Rock now.
So she moved to Squamish?
Well, she was always lived in Squamish. She was just on Race Rock for a month.
Well, when's she coming to visit you?
I don't know.
Oh.
Well, when she comes to visit Tom, I'll know.
Yeah.
Because his car won't be parked in his stall.
And there was another There was another thought process. The reason why the dogs are barking is because the owner has left the dogs at home to go see Tom. Now, I don't know if that's true either, but
Wow,
I never hear the dogs barking.
the dog was barking just now. God.
every Sunday they're barking.
Tom, I will say, like, I try and keep up with your other podcasts.
Yes.
I enjoy them. And there seems some sparks flying with a young lady. I catch a bit of it every week, and it's you can see it. Mel, is that what you're referring to?
So obviously you and Mel have gotten together. You and Mel
No.
have gotten together.
No, I got to
That's
my
not, the
room.
girl, not the young girl Jillian, is it?
Jill's a very nice person. You know, like you can't be just friends with somebody.
I think she looks very nice. She looks very, very, very nice. What else do you want me to say?
Then
Okay,
there
let's
was
get down to some serious crap here now.
Serious crap. Or we want to get to it already because once we get to it, then we'll probably be stuck on it for the rest of the show, which is fine.
Okay, let's wait till the last 30
Mel,
seconds.
Mel looks nice out on Melnick Mountain there. Hey,
no, it's raining.
raining, but you're looking at the what are those spruce trees or
Yeah, cedar
cedar?
cedar
Oh,
heads, and then yeah. Well, maybe it's not. It's overcast. I golfed yesterday. I'm going to golf tomorrow, so I got
Okay.
a couple more rounds, and then that's it.
You guys, let's get to some serious crap here now. This is enough of this pissing around. You ever see those things on TikTok or whatever? The guy goes,
Oh God.
"Good morning, my friends."
Do you guys ever see these TikTok videos? Gee. Oh,
Oh, he got a guy hollers, "Good morning, my friends." Some guy hollers on the other side, goes, "F you." He goes, "Yes, yes, F you too." You know what it's
they're
from?
funnier.
You know what it's from? It's from what's his name? The guy that Queens
King of Queens.
not King of Queens, no. He was a black comedian that was really cool. He did the Coming to America,
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Oh, is that who that is?
That's where that came from. You
There's
didn't know that, Tom? Oh,
No, I didn't know. They're so funny. They've got this one where it's usually with the dogs where the guy yells, "What's your name?" The guy goes, "Tony." And he goes, "F you, Tony."
No, he goes, "What's your name?" He goes,
No. He goes, "F you, Tony." And then he goes, "What's your name?" Ezekiel. And he goes, and then Ezekiel goes, or Ezekiel goes, "You know what I did last night?" And the other guy goes, "Don't you bring up my mother." He says, "I built that fire over there last night." And the guy goes, "Oh, that's nice." And then I was with your mother.
"Did your mother next to the fire?"
It's stupid. It's so stupid. It's funny. I think it's one of those things.
Oh, I know. It makes me laugh. Oh, my God.
So our roving reporter, Susan Brooks, Mark Messier is quoted as saying that they should have a captain. Well, I think my opinion is I think he's right, but I think they've made the decision that there really isn't a guy that stands out to be the captain. So this is the next best alternative. They got 6 assistants. So.
Yeah.
6 seems a little high.
Yeah, I guess Greg Lamont was quoted as saying that he had done that before with another team. I don't know which one it was.
Must have been Vegas. Vegas
I
had
think
no
it was Vegas' first year,
Yeah.
and I'm sure it's not to slight one of the guys who's,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Exactly.
it is. I get what Mess is saying, but sometimes there isn't one guy or one guy's not ready yet. Maybe they have one guy in mind and he's
I
a year
agree.
away from.
Like Fox is a dominant player, but I don't think he's got that personality to, be that guy.
Make Reeves the captain.
Who?
Reeves.
I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he gets enough ice time.
Oh.
So James, have you started working on your acceptance speech yet?
I'm taking it one game at a time. Tom, we have such a long way to go. Like we've only played teams in our division mostly, so now we're starting to travel west, facing stiffer competition. Last 2 games we've won by 1 goal late in both games, so it's a tough league.
Do you ever watch this Adam Fox play? No. No, that's right. You don't watch hockey.
I've seen a little bit of it. Yeah.
Do you think there's a resemblance between his game and your game?
He's right-handed. I'm left-handed.
Other than that, though, I think there's pretty much similar. Pretty like twins, right?
Tom, I have no clue how I even played in the NHL, to be honest with you.
That's not true. You're a very good player.
No, I really don't.
Yes, you do. You're tough as nails. You're
Well, that's
a great guy.
Mel,
You didn't make any mistakes, Mel.
It's
I can remember Mel throwing a flash of like grabbing a puck and beating a guy and then driving down and making an incredible play. And I go, whoa. And then you say something to Mel and you go, if I do that all the time, they're going to expect it every game. I'm just sticking to my
And
job.
then you fell out of bed, right? Your dream was over.
No,
Remember,
these-
Mel? Remember, Mel? Do you not remember having a similar conversation to that? When you'd
Kind
make
of.
some,
Yeah.
you'd make an incredible play. I remember.
it's like, yeah, you don't want to be too good all the time like you were, Jeep. You know,
Not that.
you just want to kind of slide through it, like just glide through it.
There, you are not. You're an impact player.
It's
You need a
like,
difference.
you know, it's like certain games you didn't have any energy. You know, you go into Boston in April or Washington in April when it's 100-degree humidity in the rinks and you have no freaking energy. You just try and get through the games and then, you know, go to Daisy Buchanan's and spend more energy there.
That's not true. That's not true. That was not your game at all. You're downplaying your career.
Anyways, next.
Any homework you got done, Mel, or how are we doing?
Well, Mark Messier. So here on that captain thing, what did you guys think when the Canucks made Roberto Luongo captain, the goalie?
I don't have a problem with it. I mean, if he's the guy that's the leader, I mean, it's not something you usually do, make the goalie the captain. But I mean, I guess if it's just to go talk to the referees, you can have the assistant captain go talk to the referees instead of the goalie skating all over the place. But it's more in the locker room and traveling and being the leader.
What happens if the goalie is sitting on the bench, not playing that game?
Well, that's what I mean, though. You can still be a leader, other than going talking to the referees. You still can be the leader. If you're the leader of the team, you're the leader of the team, right?
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I didn't like it.
So I
Didn't like it.
They took a lot of heat for that. They took a lot of heat for that.
But why didn't you like it, James?
Maybe it was so non-traditional.
Right.
And your goalie is a competitor. And I just, when I think of like the great goalies of our era, when I think of Patrick Waugh, maybe Belfour, Hasek, and I know there's some more who were super competitive, super focused, but some of those guys, you couldn't talk to them on the day of the game, which I liked.
Yeah.
I mean, they like, do not even look at me. Leave me alone. I'm in the zone. I'm focused. Like, he's a great guy. I played with Marty Braun, and he was a backup in New York for a year. And his first 3 years I played with him in Buffalo. Before the game, he would yap my ear off, and he's starting. And I was going, fuck Marty, focus on the game. And so anyways, which brings me back to that intensity that goalies, those top goalies, had them about them. But I didn't feel like that was still, if they were different. They were in a different category. They were separate from the rest of the team.
Yeah.
And that, that's different than a captain. I know they have presence and they're showing their competitiveness that way, but
that is true. Like a guy like Glenn Hanlon was one of the favorite players all time. He can never be captain, not because he was a good leader.
Yeah.
The day of a game, you just didn't talk to him. Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And like no one competed harder, no one cared more about their teammates than Glenn Hanlon.
Yeah.
And worked harder,
Yeah.
which are great traits for a captain.
Yeah, totally.
If Glenn played on a Wednesday, you couldn't talk to him starting Sunday.
He was
Oh my God.
he was to the extreme.
That carrot top got really carrot topped.
Yeah.
But
He's friends with Mel now too. They go golfing together and everything.
Yeah.
Up there in Vancouver.
Supposed to get him on the show, Tom.
Well, 4 is our ideal number. Start getting more guys than that, and then you don't get much airtime. So, right. Did you guys see where it looks like, well, a player, Jonathan Drouin from Montreal, made an announcement that Shea Weber is going to retire?
Player made the announcement?
Well, he inadvertently, I guess, was getting interviewed. And
hey, okay, listen, guys. If we can just keep it amongst the four of us,
yeah,
he has retired. He has. No, I'm real close with his closest confidant. And I remember even last year saying, geez, if I think Weber can even get better working on these things. And my buddy said he that's not happening. He's not playing after this playoff run. And then I know it's he's moving on.
Yeah.
So
was he hurt, Jeep?
Yeah.
He had a couple of, do you know?
Yeah, he had to have 2 surgeries. And
what were they?
I think a scope on his knee, and I can't remember what the other one was.
Yeah, an ankle or something. Is his ankle bad or something?
He had foot problems too, I thought.
Did you research that, Mel, and find that out? Or?
Well, don't forget he's from Sicamous. Ronnie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Is he a Westerner? Western boy?
From Sicamous.
Yep.
Yeah.
He grew up in Sicamous, lives in Kelowna now.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's got to be 100 guys in Kelowna. Mike Ridley's in Kelowna somewhere.
Mike Ridley?
Yeah. Rids.
Yeah.
Pouty back. He was pouting all the time. He's a good guy. I should be careful. He's a good guy. But he did have the pouty thing.
His picture. His picture hangs in the rink where you play, G.
That's right, because he before he joined the Rangers, he was at University of Manitoba, signed as a free agent, undrafted, and had quite a career. Not that many Canadian college players.
Doug DeVito's a witty guy. I like him.
How long have you known DeVito?
Oh, months. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. He's going to come and visit you there, hey Mel? Next summer?
Yeah, he's a big talker, that frickin' Danny DeVito. All right. Who scouted Ridley at University of Manitoba?
I think it was Danny Summers, the old scout from Winnipeg, I believe.
Yeah.
I remember going to Playland and sitting up with Craig Patrick up, that little place above there.
Yeah.
No, what place was that, Greg? What place was that?
Playland?
Yeah, the place above though.
The place above the benches. There, you sit there, and I was sitting with.
There was a second floor up there, Tom.
Was there?
Where Nikki and Phil were sitting.
Was it really?
Yep. Come on.
Well, Tom wouldn't remember that. He wasn't sober in those years, so. But anyway.
You were sitting with Craig Patrick?
Yeah, and he was, and we were.
Were you on the left side or the right side?
Oh no, he was. Well, he was on my right, and I was on his right. Okay. And I remember watching that kid play, and I'm going like, he's got a good chance of making the team. Who did we have for centerman?
What happened then?
He made the team. I could have got a scouting job right that day, but I turned it down.
Gosh, how's the Nook?
The Nook is damn good, Tom.
Is it? Are the clothes off it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The table's even cleaned off today.
Nice.
My daughter was here last night. She cleaned it up.
Mel, you okay?
Gresh, your bed is gone, the medical bed?
Yeah, I got rid of it, sent it back. Rocky ordered one.
I know.
So he couldn't order one until you sent yours back? Is that?
Well, no, but he didn't know what to do. He was like, he had his same thing done to him as done to me, right, for his heart.
We know that, yes.
And he's laying on a couch at home. I go, what are you out of your freaking mind? You know how hard it is to get up off of a couch when you're not supposed to push yourself up with your arms or anything at the beginning? So I think he ordered one yesterday. I sent him the information to order one from. They come out of Brooklyn, and so it's just easy getting up and down. All right.
Yeah, he's pretty stubborn. So.
Yeah, he'll order one though.
Okay.
And he wants to take his. I don't know. He has to go to the doctor to get his heartbeat and everything else. I go. Your phone. You can go on your phone. You can do your heartbeat right off your phone. Your heartbeat per minute. Your heartbeat, whatever. You don't need all that crap anymore. You have everything on there. Just so much easier.
Oh gosh, you know what I forgot? The picture was sent to me.
What did you forget?
The picture was sent to me with an ear cover on your helmet,
Yeah,
and it looked like a jock, like a
it was a
painted
jock.
blue cup.
It was 1977 or 78, and I got cut. My ear got cut in half, and like the guys today, I missed a shift. Went in, had it stitched up. They put like 6 or 7 stitches in it, and then I went back out, finished the game, and then I had to go. I went with Dave Maloney, matter of fact, to a plastic surgeon that night. And they cut it, put it all back together, and the guy goes, "Don't get it hit." Fred Ferguson goes, "He's playing." So they put a cup over it. I played like 5 games like that.
Okay,
Is that
I thought that you had doctored the photo.
No, that's
I thought Tommy.
I
No, I thought Tommy was fooling around.
and more guys were punching that thing than anything in their life.
is it really? Is it, I thought somebody had actually doctored the picture and sent it to me, to be very sure.
When they took a good look at it, and the guys on the ice, they stayed away from it after a while.
Okay, you know what I like? They painted it blue, just like the helmet.
Yeah, I know.
So it's really a cup.
It's like they, I think, was it Jimmy Young that did that? It was a trainer.
So come on, somebody had to call you dickhead, though, right?
I don't
They
think
could
some-
just put a pad, a piece of foam, or something else over there.
I don't think guys were that smart back then, Tom.
Oh my God!
Oh God! I sent you Jeep. I thought somebody had doctored the picture and sent it to me, and that's why I sent it out. But
Oh,
wow.
you could have asked me, Tom. I'd have told you.
Well, I wanted to.
Yeah, most guys would have missed fucking 2 months. You know,
Oh, maybe they instead of wearing a jockstrap in their
wearing
head.
a jockstrap.
You have the choice either playing with this or not playing.
Yeah,
You know what, Gus? I have more respect for you now, and I've always had great respect for you. I have more respect now. The courage to put that on.
well,
Hey, Gresh cut by a skate or a stick or
John Marks
yeah.
came down and he shot the puck and hit me in the stomach. It dropped down and it rolled around this way, so I turned to pick it up, and as he was going by, I grabbed his one leg, and his other leg came up and cut it right in half, right here.
So
And
you
I was
got an
upset
art.
because I got the puck and I was heading up the ice, and we wore our at that time you wore white jerseys at home, right? I'm heading up the ice. They blow the whistle. I'm going like, what the heck? I didn't even feel it. My whole shirt was full of blood. I didn't know your ears bleed. I didn't know they bleed like that. You know?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
No shifts missed, right, Mel?
That's right. Suck it up.
Yeah. Do you know what team? Chief, like you guys are 11-0, right? You know what team out west?
New West.
Yeah, you're right. You know, they went undefeated. They went 28-0-6 one year at home.
What like when were you on the team?
Yeah,
Or was it your years or was Bubba on the? Remember they had
it was my years. It was 73-74, the only undefeated team ever at home at one year.
when you guys used to scare every visiting team out of before the game even started. They were.
Now, that was Mel's team that scared everybody.
Oh my God!
What year did you play there, Mel? What years?
77, 78,
Oh,
79.
so you're a Memorial Cup winner.
Yeah. It's 1970, second one, 78.
Oh, you've won a lot of cups, Mel.
One or two. One, you were
Just one.
yeah, 'cause
You're a winner.
They won 4 years in a row, that team.
They
No,
went.
no, you know what? You're a winner.
Yes.
Yeah, because the first 2 years they went, they had a really like a high winning percentage. And the last 2 years, there wasn't that high winning percentage, but they won both years, I think.
The first two, the 75, 76 teams were the better teams.
Yeah.
We just,
Didn't win.
yeah. And then Brad Maxwell played with us as well, scored in Vancouver, beat, I think they beat Ottawa or somebody in at the P&E.
So did you play with what's his name? The guy that the little forward, not the little forward, but he was a little right-handed forward.
Steamer.
Played in Vancouver.
Stan
No,
Schmiel.
Alex
Steamer.
Schmiel.
Steamer,
Yeah.
yeah.
I played a couple games with him. My last year, he was like a young kid. He played a few games. Him, Harry Filipoff, bunch of those young guys came on our team.
Shamhorn.
Clayton Pahal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys were all gone when I got here.
Yeah, Clayton got there. He was 15 years old, and then he was a goal scorer, and then he turned into a fighter. He was in the gym every day. He was there the whole year. Played like 2 games. The next year, my last year, he was like tough as hell. Yeah, we had kind of like it was really fun going into Flin Flon to be like 5-hour games. Flin Flon. You tee off 8 o'clock at night, and the game's over at 1 o'clock in the morning, and you have to play. You play back to back like Saturday, Sunday. So you play Sunday at 1 o'clock. So you had a lot of time to rest. That game would take the first game would take 5 hours. Second game, at least 4 hours. Yeah.
My first year in junior, it was basically a half year. Punch wouldn't let me go on the road. I didn't go on the road. He wanted me to finish school. So I didn't go. I played only home games. And then the next year, Flin Flon wasn't even in the league. So I was lucky to not have to go up there. It was a shithole.
Oh, it was nice. It was really nice. You were better off sleeping on the floor in the bus than sleeping in a hotel there. Yeah.
All right, guys. I guess we've got to eventually get to this unfortunate story out of Chicago. So I think pretty much we all understand the story, but just so everybody understands, there's allegations of sexual abuse by a player 11 years ago from a coach, video coach. This player went to members of the staff. That member of the staff took it to, I guess there was a meeting with about 7 people. John McDonough, the president of the team, the general manager, coaches, and told them what had happened. They did some sort of an investigation, believed the player that it actually happened. Unfortunately, made the decision to not do anything about it. They didn't want to distract the team with some of the quotes from Joe Quenneville, the coach. And then so they allowed the coach who was a predator to both. He had his day with the cup, celebrated winning the Stanley Cup, name on the cup, all that kind of stuff. Then they said to him that you can resign now, or we'll do a thorough investigation and go through this. So they let him resign, didn't go to the authorities. He then went to a school up in Houghton, Michigan, high school, abused another young boy up there. That boy went to the authorities, so the coach was charged. And since that time, this back and forth where some people said they didn't know. One of those was Joe Quenneville. Other players had come forward. There's a big defenseman. No, you probably remember his name. A pretty tough kid. Right-hand shot. Sobel, yeah. He came forward and said publicly that, listen, everybody knew. The team knew. So to Chicago's credit, they did they hired a law firm out of Chicago to do an investigation. Said, listen, you can talk to whoever there's no limitations, talk to whoever you want to talk to. Apparently they talked to, I think, like 140 different people roughly, and came with the conclusion that, yes, and they in fact did have the meeting. All the details were as stated. And Stan Bowman, the general manager, stepped down. And Mr. Gary Bettman from the league has planned meetings with Joe Quenneville, the coach of Florida now, and Kevin Cheveldayoff, who was in the meeting as well, who's the general manager in Winnipeg there. So to me, it's a terrible story in a lot of ways. I mean, I had, I'm sure like all of us, for me in the agent business, dealt with Joe Quenneville, played against them, dealt with Kevin Cheveldayoff, and really liked these guys and respected them. But I just feel like, I know some people will say, well, Cheveldayoff was only an assistant. Stan Bowman was first year. To me, it's not your status on the team. It's you're a human being, and you allowed a predator to run loose and go attack another young boy. And the poor boy that was a young player that was attacked in Chicago. He was threatened, I guess, by the coach that if he said anything, he would ruin his NHL career and all that kind of stuff. So and then when he did, so he still went told, and they didn't do anything about it. So he's been devastated by that as well. So all around sad story. The big thing for me is, so obviously, I think the people that were in that meeting need to be punished somehow. But it's also, okay, this is an opportunity now and the league had really nothing to do with this. This was all Chicago, but it's an opportunity, I think, for those individuals, for the league to really step up now and try to make a difference. I was involved with Sheldon Kennedy when he came forward with his sexual abuse claims against Graham James. and I'll tell you the damage it does to these young people, to their families, and it happens so much, whether it's pedophile priests or coaches or teachers or anybody, and to do the way it handled it, the way Chicago did, was just a disgrace. So that's my take on it.
Well, there's nobody working there anymore in Chicago that was involved in that meeting, correct? They're all parted ways.
Stan Bowman's gone now, right?
Yeah.
As far as the players, Taves and Kane were, and again, if Sobel is correct and everybody knew, then they knew about it as well.
Last night Duncan Keith gave an interview. This is like wall-to-wall coverage here in Canada. Like it is, and I mean, I'm sure it's getting some play in the States, but here it is, the first story on the news stories, on sports stations. It's like nonstop. Duncan Keith got an interview last night. He said not all the players on the team knew. He said he did not know. So who knows? But the player came out yesterday. You must have saw it. His name's Kyle Beach. He was the 11th player picked in that draft, 08 or somewhere 09, around there. And he never played a game in the NHL. So there's no doubt, it had to have a huge impact on him as on his career. It cost him his career, no doubt. Go ahead, Greg.
What happened to the guy that did this? Where did he end up?
He's I think he's in jail now, but
he's out of jail. He's running some kind of a camp up in Michigan, and he actually had access to interns. He has interns from colleges in the area, so he's still dealing with young people.
Okay. On top of
now,
yeah.
On top of what Tommy said, not only did the Blackhawks let him resign, but they gave him a reference for his next job.
I didn't know that. Well,
yeah, and that's I don't know what to think on a lot of it, Tommy. And I know Joel Quenneville, phenomenal guy, and yes, he's been a successful coach, but I know his players love him. Like I do think he was always a player's coach, but as a coach, you are in charge of your staff.
Yeah.
And a video coach, he works for you. So if someone said that one of your coaches abused this player, like that is immediately has to be dealt with. Like you're not saying, we're in a playoff run now, we have to, let's hush. So that I just can't understand. Yeah. What Joel's responsibility was there and what actually took place. It's hard to fathom. I'm a little different on Kevin Cheveldayoff. I know he's assistant GM. I know he's in that room of 7 people, we're told, but I still think Stan Bowman is saying he passed it on to his boss, and his boss said he was going to deal with it.
Right.
And so that, to me, that's passing the buck to McDonough, who's the president of the team. But I do think
the guy's still doing the work and everything. So
yeah,
So if you don't think that John McDonough, the president, is doing the right thing, that he hasn't done anything. You see that coach there. And as a human being,
to me, that falls on Bowman. But I will say, like most assistant GMs, they are also the GM of the farm team. Yep. Chris Drury was the GM of the Hartford Wolfpack, who spends probably more time with that team than. Yep. So Cheveldayoff might have been there because it's in the playoffs, but I'm just saying, is it his job is he the one who's saying he has to be fired immediately? I have to get to the bottom of this, and I'm just giving him, yes, maybe you're saying, should he have been a whistleblower and stood up and said this is unacceptable?
Well, I think whoever's in charge of if I own the team, who's ever in charge of the team, which is the president, right?
Yeah.
That's where it starts right there.
Well, he's gone, and
I understand that.
Apparently, the team had policies in place to follow in those cases, and they just didn't follow.
Right, and that would go. I mean, I'm not sticking up for Quenneville or anybody else or Cheveldayoff. I don't care what happens to him, but I think that the guy what's his name, McDonough? Is that was his name?
McDonough.
Yeah, he's in charge. He said he's going to handle it. He should have handled it.
Well, yeah, I know, but that doesn't absolve the rest of them.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. I'm sitting there saying I didn't know about it, whatever. But that guy's in charge. He's the main guy in that team. The president's the boss. It's like if you're the president of a company and you run the company.
Yeah. But Gresh, to me, it doesn't matter who should have done it. There's 7 men were in that room.
Well, nobody did nothing. And this 20-year-old kid, like my kids, one of my kids came to me and said something happened to them. That guy would wish he'd be in jail.
Well, that's the problem too, right?
Wouldn't be safe there either.
That's the problem too. That those guys like Quenneville and all those guys have children themselves. Now,
Because
if they knew that their child had been abused, they would have done something.
You know that song?
Because some child that they did, or a player, and they didn't think about the fact that this guy's a predator. He's going to go out there and do it again. There's some child out there that happened to be in Michigan, young person, who got abused again because these guys didn't do anything.
There's a song, I can't remember who sings it, but it's called Great Balls of Fire. And that predator, that's what he'd have. Great balls of fire.
Well, but guess, see, the point is though to stop the predator.
Exactly.
Right. So there's a legal system in place. I understand what you're saying, but it's go to the authorities, have it taken care of.
Exactly.
Get them off the streets. Right.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I think that is like,
like, here's the other thing. Like, in the investigation, like, I think before this last report came out, the Blackhawks investigation found that he had invited players up to his apartment for drinks.
Yeah.
That in itself is, in any NHL team, is not allowed. Like, I mean, a head coach, assistant coach, a video coach, a strength coach, you cannot say, hey, you cannot go out for drinks with a player or invite them up to your place.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. The head coach might take some players out for a dinner. He might take his captains out. He might, say, hey, let's go, you're struggling. Let's go and have a cup of coffee. That's the extent of what's allowed.
I mean, Tom, you know a lot about this stuff because you were involved in one years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but you're absolutely right. People have to speak up, and it's like anything else,
Yeah. Like even right now, I'm sure, like Joel Quenneville, for example, has got his agent, lawyer, whoever it is, advising him to say, don't say anything. But to me, you know what? You got to put your career aside. You screwed up one time in the past. A young person paid for it, at least one person, probably more. Maybe those didn't come forward. I think now that Joe Quenneville and others that were in that room should come forward and say, listen, we messed up. We made a mistake. We were unaware of what we're supposed to do. It doesn't matter. Either way, we made a mistake. I want to now be the face of stopping other predators so other kids, we can stop other kids, other people getting hurt by these predators. To sit there and do nothing now, I just so lack. I mean, I'm sure you guys are all the same. You're so proud of playing in the National Hockey League. It's a dream come true for everybody and part of it. But to see these guys that are a big part of the National Hockey League and well-respected people not do what they should have done then and not do anything now.
So this predator went from Chicago to
Michigan. Yep.
Then he did it again.
That's where I thought he was charged or.
Yeah, and he did do. I'm pretty sure did prison time, but got out and now has. I can't remember that Rick Westhead that writes for TSN had done a story on him about some camp in Michigan, and he went and got interns from one of the universities in Northern Michigan, where I went, to Western Michigan, and all that kind of stuff. So,
I mean, and with what you're saying, Tom, like now, yes, I mean, I think justice has to be done, and I mean, this can just be used for like that. This can never happen again. Yeah. I mean,
it's a great opportunity. I think it's a great opportunity for the league to step up and, okay, let's be the face. Let's make a difference here. Right. So like this, sorry, Mel, you got something you want to jump in there?
Well, let's put us three guys or the guys we played with when we're 20 years old or 21 years old. Now, I'm not making what happened? How does a player get himself into that position in the first place? And
right. Okay. So here's the thing. So these predators are actually, I hate to say it, but they're very intelligent people. They know who to pick on, who's the strong individuals, who's the weaker people mentally. And apparently, so this coach picked this player out and told him, he said, listen, either you go along with this or you'll never play in the National Hockey League or ruin your career. So I get it. Like Sheldon Kennedy, again, he was 14 years old when it all started with Graham James. And And Graham James used that same logic that, both with the parents, because Sheldon felt like, okay, if he went home to his father, the father was going to say he was gay. If he told his mother was going to take him out of there, and he'd never get to play in the National Hockey League. So and then once it continued, he was stuck in this rut, didn't know what to do. It wasn't until he was an adult that he finally told his wife and then called me and told about it. So.
Yeah.
And Mel, who knows what happened? Like, we were with my coaching staff yesterday talking the same thing. Like, how did it happen?
Yeah.
He could have been, again, he could have been isolated. He could have invited him over for drinks. He was a black ace as a 20-year-old. He had just finished his junior season in Western Hockey League in Spokane. Went to Rockford. They got knocked out of the playoffs and then was called up as a black ace. So he's 20. This is his first taste of the NHL. Yeah. And this coach invites him out for a drink. He thinks that's normal. Yeah. And I don't know what happened from there, like how he was abused in whatever way. But like Tommy said, he was singled out. He was blackmailed in some sense.
And again, I hate to say it, but these guys. So here's an interesting point too. So Theoren Fleury has come out now that he was abused, but he was abused by Graham James as well.
The same coach that you dealt with.
Yeah. And it's, and that's the part from me being involved with the Sheldon Kennedy case. Sheldon Kennedy is a hero of a man because he did not have to come publicly out. There's other players that went to the RCMP, but they wanted their names kept quiet. And they did that. And they still were able to put Graham James in jail. With Sheldon, part of his mission was to make sure that this didn't happen to people, and he's still doing that. So for Sheldon to go through all that and then have these hockey guys, who they had to have known the Sheldon Kennedy story. So they knew what Sheldon went through to try to protect other kids. And then these guys did what they did in Chicago. So that's it's just.
Yeah, I think with Sheldon was in the NHL when this all came out. I was playing with him in Calgary.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
And so the NHL even, had a firsthand taste of what came about with the court case. This was an NHL player. It happened when he was in junior, but the lessons learned from his case and what he's like, he's been incredible. This, it's been 20 years since, but he is an advocate now for kids' rights and stopping abuse in all areas. Like, he's a public spokesman. He serves on so many different, I think, charity boards and different boards, also as a public speaker, but someone who has helped so many young kids avoid those situations. So there was a perfect case 20 years ago in Sheldon that the NHL obviously didn't learn from.
Yeah. What I think it'd be great if the NHL was to call up Sheldon Kennedy and say, listen, we want you to come to New York, or we'll come to you, whatever it is. Tell us what to do. Because, I guess in fairness to somebody that's never dealt with it, like I remember when Sheldon first told me, I had no clue what to do. I didn't know what to say, what to do. Now I'm much more educated about it. But I just, people that haven't dealt with it don't know how much it affects the kids, the people that get abused. They don't know how often it happens, personalities. Graham James had painted the picture. He was a brilliant man. He painted the picture that he won Coach of the Year in the Canadian Hockey League, and they painted the picture that he was saving these kids and helping them. Well, the reality was he was having them over their house and he was abusing them.
I knew Graham. Graham's from Winnipeg.
Right.
He coached me. I knew him since I was 12 years old. He was also a substitute teacher that he taught me. I had him. It was cool. This hockey coach got to teach our class.
Yeah.
But he was a very smart guy.
Yeah.
Well educated in education, but super smart. And he used that to, manipulate and then brainwash and abuse kids.
Yeah. This happened in 2010, right?
Yep.
Beach.
Yeah.
And this is 2021.
Mm-hmm.
What happened in these 11 years? This kid went to play in Europe or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he had told people in the Chicago organization.
Right, back then, but nobody did anything.
Okay, but I'll just explain to you. So he did not. They did nothing. So the kid said to himself, "Okay, so I told people, nobody did anything about it. I feel like I'm not worth anything to anybody." So he just left.
But how did it come out now then? I'm not trying to be stupid. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
It waited. So I'm not saying
So there's a guy by the name of Paul Vincent. I know Paul. He was a skating instructor. He was working with Chicago at the time, and he was one of the people that recently came out and started talking about this. I can't remember how it all started to come out now, and he was one of the ones that said, "Okay, I don't know if the player went to Paul or what, but he was part of the chain that went to."
He was the first one, Tommy. He
What's that?
was the
He
was
was
the first one the player went to.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
the team had sent, since Kyle was drafted for the next 2 years, they sent him to work out with him in the summer
That's right.
and do skill work with him.
Right.
So he had a relationship with him. Now he's a Black Ace and Paul is skating the Black Aces.
Yeah.
He told him.
Oh, okay.
And somehow now it started coming out that either the organization was saying that they didn't know about it. Paul was saying, "Yeah, what do you mean you didn't know about it? Everybody knew about it." And that's where Brett Sopel came out as well and saying everybody knew about it.
Well, all I'm saying is,
Well, for whatever, Gresh, it's a great question, but for whatever reason, it came up again more in terms of Chicago saying, the people in Chicago saying they didn't know about it or did know about it.
yeah, no, I know. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying for 11. This kid's been carrying this around for 11 years. I'm feeling bad for him.
Well, and that's the problem, right? Because people think, well, why didn't he say something sooner? And I'm, again, knowing these people, a lot of people
He did say something.
Well, true. Some people don't say things, but you're right. It's a good point, Chris. You did, yeah. No, did I answer your question about why the?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that is, I mean, there was the doctor in Michigan at the University of Michigan who abused. They're saying like 800 football players, right? So a lot of people will say, well, how did a big football player allow himself to be abused by a doctor? It's not about the size of the person. It's about the power that person, the pedophile, whatever it is, it's the power that they have over a person's future, which very often they use. Again, these are master manipulators. They know who to pick on, what to say.
Yeah.
So people are like, how do you let it happen? How does a pro hockey player let that happen to him? Well, because
that is a good question, but I just don't. I wouldn't know how to answer that because
the answer is that these pedophiles are master manipulators. They know what to say.
I've never been put in that spot, so I don't know what it's like. You know what I mean? I mean, you don't know how the guy would approach you, right?
Well, we do know. That's the thing. We do know.
No, but I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why it took so long from 2010 to now for this guy Kyle Beach, is that his name? Kyle Beach, to get. Like,
well, we do know why, though, Resh.
What?
We do know why it took this long.
No, I do. I understand now. I understand why.
Okay.
But I don't understand. I understand why it took so long, but I don't understand why it took so long.
Yeah, I get you. Okay. Yeah.
You know, I'm going like, he goes in and makes a complaint. You know.
Yeah.
Like.
And that's the whole story right now.
Yeah.
They did nothing about it.
That to me,
they allowed this guy to keep working, and they allowed him to have the Stanley Cup and get a Stanley Cup ring. And so Kyle Beach is now thinking, they think I lied. They think I made this up. They don't. They have listened to his story or whatever. They have,
or else, James, they did believe him, and they showed they didn't even care about the kid.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm not siding against the kid. I just don't understand why it took so long. If he went and made the complaint, they should have checked it out back then. You know,
because they felt like once they made him resign and leave the organization, their hands were clear. They've done what they need to do, which is the 100% wrong way to look at it. They let a pedophile out of the street.
That's like guy works for you, and the guy kills somebody. You know he killed him, but okay, you have to leave now. We don't want you in here anymore. Go somewhere else and kill somebody else.
Well, yeah, and I'll tell you the damage that is done to these young people. You know, the suicides, the thinking about the drugs, the alcohol, the lack of self-worth. You know, it ruins these kids. Like when I met Sheldon Kennedy, you felt so bad for the young guy, right? James playing with him, you could tell there's a fantastic human being inside there. Yeah. And like when he first came to me, he was playing in Detroit, and he was always getting in trouble, like drugs and drinking and crashing motorcycles and stuff. And I remember having a conversation with him. I said, Sheldon, we got to clean up this stuff. And I feel like an idiot now. I had no clue what he was really inside him and what had been going on. So.
Yeah. But I mean, I had kids and I raised them, and I would always tell them, if anybody, you're in school, the teacher touches you or does this, you come and tell your dad. Like you don't wait till like whatever. I'm not saying because of the time that passed, but whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't because if they can come and tell me, then I can handle it like with the law, whichever.
Well, that's the thing, and because you're like that, Gresh, these predators probably won't go near your kids because they know that your kids have a strong support group there.
Yeah,
like that's part of the lesson that for kids, they need to know. They need to have the confidence that you touch me, I'm going to go tell my father that their father is there. We'll believe them. We'll do something about it, and that's part of the issue. So,
yeah, that's like that T-shirt. My father might be nice and gentle, but he is crazy.
Yeah.
And if you do touch me, there'll be parts of your body all over the USA, in every state. No. Okay, that's
so I didn't know James was getting that much play time up there in Canada at Sullivan.
It's really big. These, I guess the story kind of broke 2 days ago, or really came out, and this part of the story, and it's
is there a consensus? Like, should Quenneville be fired or
yes,
somebody?
Both of them. It is. The Winnipeg papers are saying, how can he keep working? Like the main guys on TSN, you mentioned Rick Westhead. There's another guy says, how can the Florida Panthers let Joel Quenneville coach tonight? Yeah. With last night's game.
And what about Cheveldayoff off there in Winnipeg?
They're
gone.
The Winnipeg papers, the one editorial guy is saying, he has to resign immediately.
The guy that did all this to this young man, where is he from? Is he American or Canadian, or where's anybody know where he's from?
Possibly Michigan, maybe, but I mean, that's where he's.
Yeah,
seems like he's been in 2 jobs in Michigan, and that's
I think if I'm correct, his father is a trainer for the San Jose Sharks. I think too. I think I'm correct on that, but I'll find out. But just. It's such a frustrating story.
So
where's the young guy now? Is he playing hockey?
Playing in Germany right now.
In Germany or something, right?
Yeah, he's 31 years old. I looked up his draft class yesterday, and I mean, a lot of star players, Doughty and Carlson and Stamkos, but most of the guys that first round, they all played in the NHL. Like him and maybe one other guy didn't play a game. It definitely ended this kid's dreams and ruined his career.
And his life too, right?
And his life, yes. Yeah. I should forget about the hockey part, but they do go hand in hand, I guess.
So after being a Black Ace, that next year, where did he go? Was he in the minors in Chicago?
Minors for about the next 3 years in Rockford.
I think he was in somebody was saying he's in the Rangers organization too.
Yeah, he played in I saw he played in Hartford.
Played in Hartford after Rockford, yeah.
And then at Hartford, after Hartford, he went to Europe.
Yeah.
I read that.
So, like I said, I just hope it doesn't get swept under the rug, said, okay, we've done what we needed to do to punish people and move on. It's such a great opportunity for the league. And I wish those individuals involved would see how they would they could help so many people by coming forward themselves and saying, okay, I want to fix this problem. I don't want to just go away. And like Stan Bowman now has left and you don't hear from him, but Stan, I mean, you're not helping us. You've hurt at least one other person.
His statement totally tried to absolve himself and put it on, his statement he put out was, I reported it to my boss who said he was dealing with it. And
you know what? I wish they would never even say that stuff. We don't care. Right.
But that statement's the opposite of moving forward and the opposite of helping.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Mel, you been golfing?
Yeah, I played yesterday. I'm going to play tomorrow, Sunday, Monday.
What did you shoot yesterday?
87.
Oh, you played. Are you lefty or righty?
Left-handed. It's lift clean and cheap, though. It's pretty wet, right? So last couple of games of the year, and then I'm going to try. My knee is pretty good. I've been going to physio. Been putting lotions and crap on it and doing exercises. So
put some of that got beaver gel on there. That ought to work.
Beaver rub.
Beaver rubber.
Could use that, yeah.
Yeah. So tomorrow I got to go into the city with the coach and the assistant coach of the Greenwich High School team.
That's right. We're going. That's right. Ira, do not tell Chris Katsopoulos that Ron Greshner and I are going to an NHL game together, all right? Because we don't want him getting upset. Keep that quiet.
Who's playing?
I don't know.
Do you know who they're playing?
I don't know.
Yeah, they are. They're playing. What's the team that Tortorella used to coach?
Tampa?
Columbus?
Oh, Columbus.
Columbus.
Yes, Columbus.
They're playing pretty good. I mean, Rangers are playing good. I'm going to go there and watch the game, and then I won't sit very close to Tom because I don't want to get that stuff. Tom.
You don't want what? You don't want to sit too close to me? Why?
Well, because you'll be with your girl. I don't want to sit next to even your girl. And you and your coach.
We're coaching staff.
Coach,
You guys are stirring the pot all over the place. I got a girl in British Columbia. I got a girl in.
Listen to me.
Here.
I don't want to sit next to you and your coaching, your head coach, because I'd be like sitting next to Nicky Fatio and Brad Park in a game. Talking hockey the whole game. Shut up. If you ever want to talk hockey, though.
I do think it's really important. I honestly thought about this. Nobody tell Chris Katsopoulos, okay? Do not spread this rumor around that Gresh and I are going to a game together. We don't want to stir the pot.
Why? Why is that? What will he do? Tell us?
Well, I think Katsi he feels like that Ron and him have this special relationship that nobody else has.
Oh, okay.
And that we're going to a Ranger game together. So I think for everybody's well-being, it's just between us girls, okay?
But
Who's driving? Who has to drive?
We get because I'm going with Gresh. We get in a car. If I was going down, we wouldn't get in a car. I'd be taking the train down.
Well, here's how I look at it, right? Yeah, and we want a car down and a car back. I mean, like what's the big deal?
But Ron Greshner wants a car. We get a car. Tom Laidlaw, hey Tom, can you make it down? You see at the train station. No, you see at the train station.
Gresh is just coming off of heart surgery. He needs a car. He shouldn't be driving.
I need a car, Tom. That's one of the reasons I'm getting a car. I never take a car in.
What are you talking about?
I don't want to get
Tim, don't do it. Tim, don't do it. Okay? Tell him we're leaving. But if you do it, tell him we're leaving at 4:00. Okay?
What's with that Flyers jersey in his profile too? Like, what's that?
Ooh, Tim Lane.
Friend of yours.
Is that bird shit on his shoulder? I can't see. Is that bird shit on there? Because that's what the birds do in Philadelphia.
Listen, Ira's been kind of quiet here, but see here.
You know that Ira's been a season ticket holder for 40 years.
Really? When Kotze comes to a game, the catering department orders more food. Oh man,
and more Jack too.
Oh man. Oh. Okay.
Are you gonna have a drink tomorrow, Tom? Are you gonna have a drink at the game?
Nope. No drinking in public.
What?
No drinking in public.
Because he's a coach now. Can't let your
That's right.
staff or players see you drinking.
No drinking in public. Oh
Now we're done the show. I might just head out to the back deck. What's the problem, Mel? What's the problem?
You're heading out to the back deck with who?
With the beverage.
The dogs are barking.
Oh, so you guys are really okay. I see now. I see where you're going now.
Roof. Where's the beverages on the roof? Gee, where's your cottage going to be done?
It'll be done in the spring, but the walls are being put up right now as we speak, and so when we're on the road for 10 days, I get back on Monday, and then I'll go and see where the progress is.
You get back this coming Monday?
Yep.
Oh,
We just have to. So remember last year we had Joseph Ruggiero on. He's the police or fire chief from Pelham. He won that. He went to that auction for the kids who had a charity for their father who passed away from diabetes. So we're doing that again. So somebody's going to win a prize. And they come on the show with us. So that was Joe. This is Mr. Heart Attack. He's the guy that eats. He's worse than Mel. He eats cheese and sausage at 2:00 in the morning. So.
Hey, by the way, did you know Tommy went for your fundraiser for Alzheimer's?
Yeah, we didn't get to the $7,500.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering if anyone won a trip to the game.
Yeah, but I think what we'll do is there's one gentleman, I think it's Peter Schaefer, wrote a hefty check, the biggest check. So I think we'll do something special for him.
That'd be good. Get him to a game with you two guys, and
at least come over for dinner. I think, and
we
maybe
have dinner. Yeah,
maybe have Mel.
Oh, Tom's inviting him over for dinner.
Right across the street from you, Gresh.
Yeah,
I'll be gone that day.
Gresh was the one that offered. We get in the middle of the show, and all of a sudden Gresh is offering tickets and everything. Going,
That's what I'm saying.
what are you doing?
I was trying to raise money for you.
That's a good point by Chris here. We'll get a Larry Melnick autograph. Well, hold on.
Oh, I'd buy that.
Yeah, that's worth $1,000 right there.
Hold on a second. I think I might have some money in my pocket.
Stanley Cup photo with Mel's autograph should be.
I want that. I want it, Mel. Can I get that from you?
Maybe you should auction off Mel's friendship for charity.
Mel will Facebook friend you if you donate a certain amount.
That's right. That's a good one right there.
That's awesome.
$1,000. Mel will friend you.
Yeah. Now, if Ira wants to send in maybe a check for $2,000 to the foundation, the Alzheimer's Foundation, then maybe we'll have Mel. Would you friend Ira if he sent a check to me for Alzheimer's for $2,000?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
You probably wouldn't be able to spell his name correctly, though. I don't know.
Anyway, what time are we leaving tomorrow, Tom?
4:00, but don't tell Kotze.
Okay. So, I guess I have to sit in the back by myself. You guys are all sitting in the front.
Ron, it's your car. We're just along for the ride. So
Why do you go so early? You gonna have a little.
Are you
go
coming
to an event before the game?
Tom, are you coming back with me too?
I'd like to, Ron. Yes,
Okay. I think. Okay.
but don't tell Kotze anybody because we're leaving at 9:30. We're leaving early, right?
We're leaving at 9:30. The car leaves. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're leaving early.
Maybe a little earlier than that. Depends.
Yeah.
When is the game?
What's that, Chip?
When is the game?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Okay.
Well,
7:08.
when you see Jackie, when you see my friend Jackie, tell her that I'll be at the Ranger game on Tuesday night.
Okay, perfect. Good.
I'm coming up on the 19th of November.
You're coming here?
I'm coming to Winnipeg,
Oh, Winnipeg.
Okay. I'll see.
and then I'm bringing my other son's coming up with me. So we land at 8:30 at night, and my son that's up there now is going to pick us up at the airport. Guess where we're going?
I can
Casino.
guess.
Right to the casino. These two guys, they drive me crazy. And we're going to there's a Jets game on Monday. I think it is the 22nd. We're going to go to that game, and then we're going to go whatever games you're playing there. We're going to go to them.
I don't even know my schedule then.
I don't either.
I know when.
Come on the 19th, 18th, and we leave on Thanksgiving Day. Come back here.
Okay.
Hey, and Mel, who are you going to the game with on a couple of days?
My son Carter and my two neighbors.
Oh, Steve
Yep.
Smith.
Yep, Steve Smith, not the Steve Smith that scored in his empty net.
Right. He's the one that made the Stanley Cups for you.
That's right.
Your son's name is Carter.
Yeah,
Nice
Just-
name. I like that. I like
this
this.
is the first game that I'll be going to. Well, they were on the road for the first 6, so this will be they're playing Philly, the ugly guys tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat Edmonton last night.
Yeah, so they got a pretty good team.
They look real good.
I think they improved their defense over last year big time. You know,
Who Philly
Yeah.
did? Yeah.
Philly did. Yeah.
Ellis is good, and Ritsalainen he has talent.
Yeah.
No, they're better. They should be better too.
Didn't they get another kid, a kid Braun or something like that? It was
No, he's been there for about 3 years.
Tommy Lysiak's son-in-law, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hockey world.
Yeah.
Mel, that's it for you. You got anything special? No more notes or anything like that, or nothing?
Nope, I didn't shave again today because I have come to the realization that I hate shaving, and you know what I hate about it? You got a nice Schick 5 razor blade. You know, you go over the same frickin' spot 15 times, blood's coming out, and you still can't get the frickin' hair. So I have
Because you get that carbuncle there.
yeah,
Buy some neat and put it on there like women put on their legs.
hey, good idea. I should do that. Do
That's like
you think it would burn?
No, they won't burn.
No,
That's
thank
like you know why? Like you know why?
Yeah, do what you do first, though, Mel. Try to shave so you get some scrapes on it, and then put the neat on. It won't, it
Oh,
won't burn.
nice. Yeah. That's like putting liquid heat on your little Johnny when you get shaved.
Did you manscape even?
No, I've done nothing. No, not
What's
a thing.
happened though? Like that used to be like a regular guaranteed thing.
Yeah, no.
You
Next
know why?
week.
You know why Italian mothers and their sons are always really close. You know, like in friendship,
Use the same razor to shave the legs.
the same mustaches, same mustache.
Right, we're running over. We're running 10 minutes over. But question: Halloween's coming. So,
Yes.
what are the top 4 candies favorites? The top 4 favorite candies by kids?
Candy corn.
Corn of
No.
candy.
No,
What
Smarties.
is the little little candy, the little circular just sugar thing?
Oh, they what do you call it? You know that one with the kiss.
Yeah.
Hershey Kisses.
no little kisses. No,
Hershey Kisses? No.
What?
no.
Reese's Piece. Reese's the chocolate
Reese's.
and peanut butter.
Reese's peanut butter is number 1.
I can't take credit for that. That Deb Miners Hagen.
Oh, it's my friend
Mel's new friend.
Minor Sagenhosen Anderson.
Yes.
Mine's making hose in there. Let's put that in the back of the jersey.
What's the second one?
Sweet tarts.
Nope.
Deb, you're wrong there.
Way to go, Deb. Raw.
Skittles.
Hershey.
Kit Kat bar. Kit Kat bar.
Nope. Skittles is number 2. What's number 3?
Hershey's.
Nope.
That's
Just a regular chocolate bar, like a Hershey's chocolate bar.
Nope.
Really? Snickers.
The little ones that look like Smarties but aren't Smarties.
Oh,
what are those things.
You know those
M&M's.
peanuts.
M&M.
M&M's the number 3, and then number 4.
Milky Way.
No,
Bobby Orr, number 4.
they're little square things that burst in your mouth.
Oh.
Starburst.
Starburst. Yep.
Excuse me.
God bless you, Tom.
Do you know why we say God bless you when somebody sneezes?
Because it's being polite.
Yeah, but why though? I mean, the theory is that people think that your heart stops when you sneeze.
It's really if you say it the right way, it's like it says it's a Gesundheit.
Yes, so that's where it originated over in Europe,
Germany.
because
Germany.
the plague was there. So people thought that when they sneezed, they were going to die.
Yeah.
So they say God bless you. That's where it all initiated.
Well,
So
we learn something every day, huh?
you do. And then valuable information too.
Yeah. Tom, did you go to Costco?
I went to Costco today, got some cucumbers, a 3-pack, some more almond milk, some little multi-grain crackers. What else did I get? Some chicken thighs, boneless, skinless chicken thighs that I put in the air fryer.
Boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Jeez, what an unhealthy chicken.
How much are those boxes of chicken at Costco?
Boxes of chicken?
Yeah.
Well, I get they have chicken thighs in bags. Bags is like 6 bags all attached. It's like $22.
Okay, so here in Canada, the box of chicken, don't quote me, 6 pounds or so,
Right.
$32. Does that sound right?
Oh. Yeah. Well, the Canadian dollar.
So you bought a 6-pack, Tommy. You freeze it?
I freeze half of it, James, and the rest of it.
And
So I
rest
make
of the
them.
week this week.
Yeah, so I'll put a big batch in the air fryer. So I've got lots of chicken there and mix it with the rice or vegetables, whatever.
Well, you have to have extra because you never know when certain somebodies are going to drop
That's
in.
right.
eh?
When the coaching staff comes over.
Yeah.
Where the dogs are barking again.
The dogs are barking.
Oh man,
On that
Those
note,
dogs.
I don't know why I deserve this.
You notice the only time the dog barks because the dog's trying to get in to see who's in there with them.
That's right. That's right. In the afternoon.
Yeah.
Afternoon
No.
delight. Okay, listen, I got to get running for a team
Okay.
meal, but
All
you
right.
guys have a great one.
Good
Okay.
luck.
I'll talk to you.
Good luck,
Hey,
tomorrow.
guys.
See
Good
Thank
luck,
you.
team.
you guys.
Good night, good luck.
See
Bye.
everybody next week.
Nice talking to you all.
Tom, you're in big trouble, eh? Holy
We're
crap.
still live, Mel.
Oh, good. You're in
Yeah.
big trouble, Tom,
He's still in big trouble.
Why? Why am I in trouble?
because you're getting these girls in trouble.
I'm
Oh.
not getting anybody in trouble.
Could
Yeah.
be, hey, listen to me. Could be Alex Baldwin.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
How does this shit happen? Like, there's so much negative shit in the world. It's just ridiculous. Like, tell me something positive that's happened in the world in the last 2 years.
Price of gas went up.
Yeah, no shit.
There's lots of positive stuff, Mel. All those
There's-
people out there doing good things for each other, charities.
Well, Tom does positive things. He calls me and says, "Do you want anything from Costco?" Because he knows I was there yesterday.
So you guys are going to get paid to do a gig before the game tomorrow.
No, we don't get paid for this. This is freebie. They give us a car.
You said,
I'm not going.
yeah, exactly. You said you never do anything without getting paid.
Who?
I know.
Yeah, Gresh, yeah.
Chris said that.
Yeah.
He didn't say it.
Why would you want to work and not get paid for anybody?
I don't know.
I got to go out for dinner tonight. I'm getting paid.
Really?
What time is it?
It's time for a beverage.
3:15. All right, guys. See you tomorrow or
All
Thursday.
right. See you next week, everybody.
See you later.
Rain up.
See you later, Thomas.
See you, Ron.